Hi guys, I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a wig from start to finish. This is a wig using a lace closure that I'm going to be showing you guys. So if you want to know how I make my wig units, keep watching. So the first utensil you're going to need is a mannequin head of some sort, and I just like to use a styrofoam one. Next, you're going to need a wig cap, and I use the spandex ones and not the mesh ones because the spandex ones are much stretchier. Next, you're going to need an elastic band because this is going to help us secure the wig when we're done sewing. And of course, you're going to need some needle and thread because we're sewing on bundles. So we're going to be bleaching the knots on our closure, so make sure you have some bleaching powder, and I just use the Clairol BW2 powder, and then also the Toledo colors in blue because this is going to help us not get that orange or brassy tone. So the last utensil you're going to need is the hair that you're going to be using. So this hair is from Angel Grace Hair, and this company sent me 4 bundles of hair, and the longest bundle was a 26-inch, and this is their Brazilian Kinky Curly, and I got 4 bundles, which are the 22, 24, and 2 26 inches along with the closure, and this is the hair a little bit up close. I love this texture. I haven't done kinky curly hair in years. Usually I just do Brazilian curly, but I love this texture. And then the closure also came with it, and the closure matched very well with the bundles, and you're going to see the knots aren't bleached on the closure, but I'm going to show you guys how to bleach the knots on the closure. The first step is actually putting on your spandex dome cap onto the mannequin head, and you want to secure it down with some sort of pin. So I like to use the T-pins and the ball pins, and just secure it down, make sure it's tight, and stretch it to the point where you think that it's going to fit your head size. So I always give myself some extra stretch because when you're sewing, it sometimes does get a little bit smaller. So next, you'll need a bowl and a plastic knife, and you're going to be taking a scoop, literally half a scoop of your bleaching powder, and placing that into the bowl. Then you're going to be adding developer, and I use 30 volume developer, but I would recommend 20 because 30 was too much. Take your Toledo colors in blue, sprinkle that into the mix, and then you're going to start to whip it up and make sure it's like a pancake batter consistency. So you really don't need a lot of this to put onto the closure, but you just want to take your knife and lightly, and I really mean lightly, place this on your closure because you don't want to over bleach it. And I actually did over bleach the front, and I'll show you that a little bit later, but make sure you're very gentle and make sure that it doesn't seep into the hair. So I let it sit for 25 minutes. I would recommend anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, but 25 did do the job. And then we're going to get to sewing while that processes. So I got a lot of hair on these bundles, and I was actually shocked because the bundles were really long. So when you first start sewing, you're going to notice that I'm not sewing all the way through the cap. I'm only lifting up that first layer with the needle, and I'm sewing that. That's going to help us keep our elasticity in the wig cap. You don't want to sew through the whole entire thing because you're not going to get that stretch that you want. And you want your wig to be stretchy so that it fits over your head, or if you're making it for somebody else, it fits over their head. So as you see, I'm just only taking my needle through that first layer, and I'm going to do this around the entire wig cap. But that perimeter is essential because that's where the elastic band is that is built in with the cap, and you want to make sure that does stay stretchy and it's able to stretch. So only go through that first layer, stick it through your weft, and then sew. You actually have the choice not to go through the weft. You can actually just go around it, but I usually just go through my wefts. Honestly, I don't get that much shedding with my hair, but it is said that if you do go through your wefts, you will get more shedding, but I honestly don't experience that much more shedding, and this is just the way how I've been making my wigs. But if you do have a different way, definitely leave it in the comment section down below. So I'm just going to be sewing up the rest of the hair just like this, going back and forth and folding over and not cutting the tracks when I get to the edge of each layer. In the meantime, don't forget that your closure is processing, and all you have to do is wash out your closure and wash the bleach off from the closure lace and make sure it's dry and get it ready for installation. So I do this back and forth without cutting my tracks, and when I have 2 bundles in, this is what it looks like, and now it's time for me to work on the closure. So as you can see, the lace has more of a yellowy color, more of a scalp color, and as you can see in the front, I did over bleach the hair, and that's just from putting it so close to the edge, but I will fix it later. So you just want to take that closure and pin it down to the front of your wig cap. Make sure you align it the way how you want to, and I'm going for a middle part look, so I'm putting mine in the middle, but if you did want to do a side part, make sure that you do put it off to the side, or you can put it in the middle and part your closure on the side. So pin it down, make sure it's nice and tight because you don't want your closure to have any lumps or bumps, and I like to pull it a little bit in front of my wig cap in the front just to give me a little bit more space when it's time to part. So taking your needle, again, I'm going through that first layer of the wig cap, not going through the entire wig cap, and as you can see, I'm pulling it up and I'm going right through the perimeter of my closure. So you're going to just do this all around the perimeter of the closure. Make sure you sew close together because it helps it become more sturdy and not lift or not have any gaps. gaps and makes your closure last longer on your wig. As you can see, I'm using my fingers to help me guide, so I'm holding the closure down as I sew because this is just going to help the closure lay a lot flatter. The key to sewing down the closure is, like I said, having those stitches really close together, because this is going to make sure that you don't get any lumps. When you get to the back, you do the same exact thing and just keep going round and round and round around the perimeter of the closure. But when you go to the back, do not pull very tight, because you might end up pulling your closure a lot forward and your wig is going to start a lot further back, and you're not going to have that seamless look when you go to put your wig. So when it's done, this is what it looks like on all the sides. And yeah, we just sew down our closure. I usually do this if I'm working with 4 bundles. I sew down my closure when I have 2 bundles in. If I'm working with 3 bundles, I sew down my closure when I have 1 bundle in. So now it's just time to add the other 2 bundles to the hair. So when I'm done with the 3rd bundle, this is how much space I have left, and I'm just using the remaining space, and I'm going to add my last bundle into the wig. So the final steps to closing up the wig is just sewing it the same way that I've been telling you guys. Sewing through that first layer of the wig cap and sewing through your weft, pulling through and just going in like a circular motion. Closer up top, this is my last track, and I just wanted to show you guys that you do want to place the track right there at the edge of the perimeter of the closure. So it looks best when you place it right there. That way when you pull your closure hair over their wefts, you don't get any tracks showing through. So I'm just tying my knot and cutting off that last piece. And when we're done, this is what it looks like. This is how the hair is. As you can see, it's full and we've done everything, and you could just take your closure down and fold it over those wefts. So in this next step, I'm just going to be manipulating the closure a little bit. As you can see, I'm showing you guys where it did get over processed. So I'm just figuring out where I want my part and parting it down the center of my head, because I'm going for a middle part look. So within doing that, I'm going to show you guys how to remove the lace from your closure and also how to fix that brown or that over bleached part. So you just want to take your scissors and cut straight across. It's best if you do it in like one snip, because once you start to do multiple, it makes that front part start to fray and the hair fall out of your closure and your closure bald. So the next part is cutting off this excess spandex cap, and you just want to cut along the lines where the closure is. You don't want to cut your closure, so I put my hands underneath in between the closure and the spandex cap so that I don't cut my closure. And this is essential. This is going to expose the lace so that you can get a scalp color look. My next step is actually doing my baby hair. So this is optional, but I just want to show you guys, if you did want to do this, take your rat tail comb and take the end of it and pull out the first line of your closure. That way you're just pulling out the hairs in a very small amount. You don't want your baby hairs to be thick at all, because I like to incorporate my own edges with the baby hairs from the closure. And then you just want to cut them down, because I don't like long baby hairs. And I think honestly, the shorter the better. So next is the elastic band, and this is just going to help us have the wig lay flat. So you want to take the elastic band and measure it from the arch of your eyebrow, and then take it to the other side and measure it to where your ear stops. Because as you see, when you stretch it, it's going to be long enough to go around the area where the closure is for your wig. And you're just going to sew this to the end points of your closure and have it in a U form so that it stretches around your head. So this last and final step just involves me washing my hair, and I just showed you the shampoo and conditioner that I use, but I don't think I need to show you guys how to wash hair. So this last step is actually just me making my part a little bit wider and making it more distinct. And I took some tweezers and my rat tail comb, and I'm just opening up the part a little bit more, creating more space and matching it to how my natural part looks when I part my hair down the middle. And then I'm using my black eyeshadow from my Lorac palette, and you can find any dark eyeshadow, and I'm just using that at the edge of my part so that it looks very, very distinct. And I use this at the front of my closure where I did over process. You can actually just take some black hair dye and you could put it there as well, but I just went for a powder look just because I couldn't find my black hair dye. But that's how I would fix anything that's over processed, and it's actually not noticeable and works wonders. So that is it for this hair tutorial on how I make my full wigs. This is the finished product of the hair. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial. If you have any other questions, leave it in the comment section down below. But stay tuned as I talk a little bit more about this hair. So hey guys, I'm here with the finished look. This is the wig, and I am loving this. Like, believe it or not, I've done so many styles, but this is my first time doing like a middle part curly look that's long. I never used to do middle part curly looks because I always assumed it didn't look right on me, but I actually feel like I've been missing out. Like, it looks really good. I feel like it fits my face, and I've been looking to do curly hair for a while. I haven't done curly hair since the summer. Like, isn't that crazy? It's been like 6 months. if that's probably been even more. I've just been doing body wave and water wave, which are some of my favorites as well. So this hair is from Angel Grace Hair in lengths 22, 24, 26, 26, and a lace closure. I plucked the closure as you guys saw. I put the concealer or the powder in it. The baby hairs are my baby hairs personally, because you can still see my baby hairs on the side, and then the closure baby hairs over it, and that gives you like that, I don't know how to call it, like them just baby hairs for real. So that's how I did that. There's something in my eye. I want you guys to let me know what you guys think of this hairstyle. I am genuinely in love with it. I'll show you guys where the hair hits me. So it does come down pretty long. Like even for me being 5'10", I feel like it hits me at a good length where it doesn't look too long, but it also gives me some length. So with this winter being kind of cold, and although I am going to Nigeria in a week and a half, this is gonna be like one of my Nigerian vacation wigs. Like I definitely do love this wig. Love it, love it, love it. So I want you guys to check out their hair. This is a new texture for me. I've done kinky curly before, but it was years ago and I didn't like the hair. This is the first time I'm doing kinky curly and I'm liking it. Usually I just do curly, like Brazilian curly, but kinky curly and curly are two different things. This is the kinky curly. So it has a little bit more like fro to it, like a little bit more volume. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Follow me on all my social media networks because I honestly put this wig on social media and on Snapchat first. So whoever follows me on Snapchat, you guys saw it first. And that is it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Mix up in drama to go outside. To mix up in drama to free my mind. Jealous people around me, I need to change my life. I just turn colder every time I try. What would I do without you, my Georgie?